of Red Dead Free Roam. Pretty neat stuff. So, hope that you guys will enjoy this content now coming out over the course of this next week on DSP Throwback. Okay. Oh, one more thing, and just how crazy is this? It actually literally is the 12. What just happened to my webcam? My webcam just froze. What is going on? Look at this. My webcam froze. What is happening today? Why did my webcam freeze? I don't know what's going on. The webcam was working and now it froze. And I have no idea why.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on. Look at this.
What happened? I don't fucking know. How the fuck would I know? You got a screen full of stupid ass parts.
Here's the thing. There is a strong possibility. Now, I'm just going to say this. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Okay? But here's the deal of what's going on right now. As you know, there is a documentary on Review Tech USA that is going to go live in the coming weeks, the next 1 to 2 weeks. Okay? I have a hunch that it's going to go live not this weekend, but probably the second weekend of August. Okay? A hunch. I don't have a guarantee. I have a hunch. That's all I'm going to say. All right? I want to react to the Review Tech USA documentary. That's going to be a big thing. It's an hour long, but you know me. When I react to these things, it usually takes 2-3 hours. So it's going to be a lengthy react to this. I need to make time in my schedule for this. Okay?
I'm too busy, as you guys know.
Well, there has been strong interest in seeing a crossover event between myself and the Kino Casino guys over on Kick. All right, now listen, before we get into it, I'm well aware that these guys have been very critical of me. They've insulted me and my wife. They have done this kind of stuff. They've also done it to a million other people too. And I've actually had some positive interactions with these guys over the last couple of weeks. We've had some conversations back and forth. We basically have a understanding, all right, that we kind of want to maybe even do this together, all right, like a co-op commentary on the Review Tech documentary, all right, and we're trying to work out the logistics of that, like how would it work, who would appear on whose channel, etc., all right, and we're working that out right now. But the only way that we can actually get this to work would be to do a test. We can't just do it the day of. We have to test it first so we have it working. So when the documentary actually drops, we could be like, okay, here we go. We're ready to go. Right? So in the next week, there is a very strong possibility that one night I'm going to appear on the Kino Casino show over on Kick. I will not even broadcast it on my end. It will just be, I'll just be a guest on their show for a couple of hours during what would have normally been my late night stream slot. I'll just be over there on their show for a couple of hours to test the waters, to see how it goes. All right. Technically and everything, but also let's see, you know, how does it work? All right. And if it works fine, then cool. We'll do the co-op commentary on the Rich thing. If it doesn't work and I don't feel like it's a good fit, or if we have issues or whatever, then we won't do it. But I feel like this makes sense to give it a shot and give it a try and see how it works, all right? It's only one night stream. It's not like I'm sacrificing an entire day or anything for this. It would be one night stream this week that I would be on their show. Now, I'm currently waiting to hear from them on their broadcast schedule for next week to see which night would make more sense, and then the logistics of when I'd be available. I would join them for a couple hours as a guest. I probably wouldn't be there for the whole show, but for a chunk of it or whatever, okay? But it could be a good time. We're going to find out together and go from there. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't ever have to do it again, right? But at least it's a shot of doing something, right? Like I said, I've now watched their show twice, and each time I was in the chat, they were incredibly nice. Their audience has been great, coming over, watching my stuff, checking it out, and even supporting it. And I'm like, well, that's nice of them. So give it a shot. And if it does, again, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's okay. All right?
Sounds good.
And listen, I totally understand. There's so many people who are in the chat right now, and they're like, we don't think this is going to work. We're apprehensive. You're not the only ones. I'm not jumping into this thing full face forward. I'm not. All right? I'm not. And I'm skeptical too. I've been treated pretty poorly by the vast majority of people on the internet over the years, right? I really have. And because of that, it's hard to have trust that people aren't going to turn it into something toxic and messed up towards me and my audience. But I'm going to give it a try. And it's not going to be me fully committing to anything. It's me testing the waters, right? And going from there. So let's see what happens. All right. Sometimes you got to dip your toe into the water and see what the temperature is. All right. So there you go. And by the way, I'm sure these guys are going to be watching this back, and also they're going to be seeing tons of people in my chat are saying they've been incredibly mean, not only to you, but your wife as well. Is that acceptable? No, of course it's not acceptable. Do you not think that that's something that I would have issue with? First of all, do you really think that's something they're going to do when I'm on the show? Of course not, right? And they know now that anything that they say, I'm going to get wind of it. Like, they know that, right? So obviously we're going to see what happens, right? There's one thing when they were treating me as kind of like this outsider, but now the fact that we've had a couple of nights of good conversation on their show, me in the chat or whatever, and we're having some behind the scenes conversations, we have some mutual interests and stuff we want to cover, attitudes can change. I didn't know anything about these guys until like a week ago. So this is all new to me too, right? So there you go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. You want to insult me, go for it. Call me whatever the hell you want. Say whatever you want about me. I don't think you should be bringing my wife into it. She has nothing to do with any of this. You know what I mean? Nothing. So, okay. Excuse me. Oh, I'm already watching my documentary. Someone says, if you're going to watch the Rich video, does that mean you're going to watch your own documentary? I'm already watching my own documentary. 100%. Here's the difference, all right? And this has to be called out. The Rich documentary is an hour long. I could do a co-op commentary with those guys, and it'll take like a stream to do, probably like 2-3 hours, and that'll be it. With my documentary, guys, is 4 hours long. And like I said, if we get to this stuff, one of the things that I don't think I ever want to react about, when they're going to get into fake financial shit that's been made up about me on the internet, stuff that people have fabricated about me playing mobile games and stuff, there's no point to saying anything about it. I've not only have I legally been advised by lawyers not to talk about it, but I've already been down this road. It's like I've said, it's the devil I know versus the devil I don't. Right now, the devil I know is that a ridiculous amount of people on the internet want to believe that I'm some kind of a gambling mobile game addict who spends all his time and money playing mobile games. Okay? That's what I've dealt with for the past 4 to 5 years. That's already been out there. That's the story. I'm still here. I'm still happy. I'm still have a good life, even with a bunch of people believing that nonsense. Okay? The flip side of that would be the devil I don't know. If I go out of my way to dispute what their claims and I show you evidence to say, see, here's what's really going on. All of that evidence can literally be used just to create more problems for myself and my family and my business. And it's like, do I really want high-level possible disruptions? Because you know how crazy insane my haters are. So they will go to any lengths whatsoever to use any piece of information presented to hurt me or my family members or other people as well around the whole, gamut of what I do streaming and all of that. So does it make sense to put yourself into more risk when the risk that you already have been in is over with? Like, everyone already believes the nonsense. Let them believe it. I don't care. I still get to have the life I have, stream, have fun, and enjoy myself. And I know the truth. And, who cares? Yeah, see, but Danielle, here's the thing. Danielle says, yeah, but people would want to see you watch those parts that you say you want to skip. People are yearning for your take. You already know my take. I'll be honest, the Sidecrollers interview covered a lot, but it had no direction at all. They were all over the place with their topics. They weren't even prepared with certain questions. Like, you could tell they were trying to get at something, and then they never got to it. Right? They'd be like, so what are these expenses? What expenses? Well, the expenses for your business. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm so confused.
Well, and then are you talking about the expenses that were listed during the bankruptcy? Like, they weren't even ready. Well, oh yeah, that's what they didn't even know what they were talking about. What it is they watched a bunch of detractor videos And then they tried to base an interview off of it without even having the information. They didn't put a single piece of information on screen, right? Like, if you have a question for me, show on screen what you're talking about, and then I can respond to it. Now, well, you know what we're talking about. No, I don't. Like, what? You know, and then I answer honestly, well, I don't even know what you're talking about because that's my accountant who does all that. My tax guy, like, he handles it. I pay someone a lot of money to do my taxes every year. I just feed them all the info. They process it. That's what gets made. I don't do my taxes. I'd be insane to do my own taxes.
I send him the form and he goes, Phil, I don't know if I'm comfortable filling out this form. I really feel that at this point, since it seems like, you know, this might be something serious, you should get a tax attorney in the state of Washington. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
I'm not an accountant. I'm not a tax guy. I'd be a moron. I'd probably do it all wrong. Well, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't know? Because I don't. Because I pay someone to do it. Are you stupid?
Dude, seriously, like, my mind is blown that there are people that stupid.
Like, what is not answer? What it is they want me to somehow admit to fault of something I didn't do wrong. So all the interview was trying to catch me with gotcha questions, and none of them worked. So, oh, you see, well, he was dishonest the whole interview. Well, you don't have any evidence I was dishonest the whole interview. You just said that because you were a fucking hack and you didn't do a good interview. Right? But again, I've already done this. I don't need to sit here and be like, okay, here's all the shit that everyone made up about me. That's wrong. Okay, well, are you going to prove it? No, because if I prove it, now I put myself to further risk. I've already said I'm not going to prove it. So then why am I wasting my time talking about it?
I knew this was going to be a complete waste of time, and it's exactly what it's turned out to be.
People, you're not going to get anywhere. It's semantics at this point. It's going in circles. I'm never going to talk further about it because there's nothing to talk about. And I've been legally advised, don't keep talking about it, because if you say anything else that reveals anything about you, your business, your family, you're all going to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? Your haters can get this info and use it to do malicious things to you. So don't do it. Like, no lie. Basically, where it changed, and this I will say during the React, by the way, where it all changed is when I was in the bankruptcy hearing and a troll called in and impersonated one of my creditors. When basically my bankruptcy attorney and that judge involved saw that level of interference, they knew that my haters were going to go to any lengths to ruin my life. They knew it at that point. And they were like, okay, so yeah, so now lay it all here. You know what I'm saying? Lay it all here. Tell us the truth of what's going on. Show it to us. Show us the evidence, because we're the ones judging your future here, right? Be honest with us, and then that's it. Don't expose yourself any further to any idiot on the internet, because you don't owe them anything. And they're absolutely right. And there you go. And I've been fine. 4.5 years, right?
Definitely, there's obviously thousands of idiots on the internet who literally the only reason that they do this, that they say this shit about me, is to get attention for themselves. They're not actually caring about me or my content or the fact that I'm a streamer. They don't actually have a personal grudge. They're just trying to get a rise out of people.
I'm now the underdog of the internet again.